In the last weeks, German government has stripped off of any kind of restrictions for skilled labor so that they can come to Germany and they can find a job, they can start working here, or anybody who has a university degree or a qualified degree, they can come to Germany, they can start working, they can start finding a job. So that has been an absolutely beautiful development in Germany. But if you look at India, you see news that the unemployment rate has reached the highest in the last 20 years. And to be honest, no matter how many of you say that things are going to get better in India, India is going to be an economic superpower and stuff. Yes, it is going to be an economic superpower just because the outside companies, the foreign companies are willing to invest there more because of the cheap labor. Now, I'm studying international management and engineering here in Technical University of Hamburg. We always talk about India and China as the prospective largest markets in the world, and we are being taught in that way, but that is only because the labor is cheap. This economic superpower thing, it isn't going to be great for the people who are living there because the companies are already squeezing everybody out of their last drop. Even if the companies decide to pay you 10,000 rupees per month in India, which actually 82% of the working population is getting, they almost think that you are their slaves. You have no free time. If you ask for vacations, they act like, you know, you are doing some kind of crime or something, whereas when you do the exact same thing in Germany, it is taken more respectfully because these are the days that you earn for yourself. You work from 8 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever, and then afterwards you have your evening free. You don't expect any kind of calls from the company just telling you to just run over to the place and like start working there again. Now, just to tell you how real the situation is and how grim the story is, I completed my bachelor's in civil engineering from Deenbandhu Choturam University of Science and Technology in Murthal in Haryana. So it was a state government university, and then afterwards when I and my batchmates we started looking for jobs, most of the companies were not willing to pay us more than 15,000 rupees per month, and that too as a graduated civil engineers who have done their bachelors. And to be honest, what is that money? Like, that's 200 euros per month. That's like less money than any person in Germany would earn. Even if you go out here and you beg, you will earn more than 200 euros per month. There is no respect. There's absolutely no respect for education in India anymore. If you complete your bachelor's, people think about doing masters. When they do their masters, they think about getting their PhD. And that is all to ensure that they can have a better life, that they can earn something. Like, bachelor's has no value in India anymore. Like, nobody cares. You will get paid 15,000, 20,000, 25,000. How much will you earn? Like, how much will you save at all afterwards? You are paying your rent, you're paying your phone contract, something. What is left in the end? Absolutely nothing. If you look at a place like Delhi, you have to sometimes pay 10,000 rupees per month just for a paying guest accommodation. So things are worse in India. Things are bad, and I'm like, honestly, I'm really happy that like I came out here and I could start studying here, because if you compare the situation of engineers who have done their bachelors, who will start working in Germany, the situation is extremely different. Bachelor's has value. After you have done bachelor's, there is absolutely no need to do your masters and you can start working here in any kind of company. Now, there's just some jobs which require you to have masters, but again, 98% of the jobs can be done with bachelors. Where civil engineers would be earning 200 euros per month in India, here you would be earning 3,600 or 3,300 euros per month, and that's like a huge difference. And even after your taxes get cut and everything is done, you will still have decent money to live with. You will have a better quality of life, and when you come back from work, you wouldn't be pestered by people calling you, hey, we have some work done in the office, just come real quick and, you know, just get this thing done and stuff. That's just not the work culture here. And when you want to apply for vacations, the companies accept it because they know it is your right to take vacations. Unlike in India, when you apply for vacations, the company feel like you're actually stealing money from them, and like, that's so retarded. Like, that is absolutely horrific, because in India, like, you're almost living like the life of a slave in private sectors most of the times. And that's why people say, oh, okay, yeah, it's just the situation in private sector, just come to the public sector. And in public sector, again, you have the reservation shit. Like, what can you do there? You also cannot do anything because the outcomes have already been decided. There is equality of outcomes. There is no equality of opportunities. It's all based on your caste, in which caste you were born, in which category you were born. And things will not get better in India because government doesn't have unemployment as their priority. They have hundreds of millions of different things to do. They can do all kinds of scams. They can keep pushing the politics. Now just recently in Haryana, universities again started these student elections which were actually banned, and whatever minimal kind of studies were left in India, whatever minimal kind of value they had, now it will be gone too, because now the universities will all be focused towards just protests, demonstrations, and just forget studying. So this is absolutely the right time. The immigration laws have been relaxed. Everything is running great, and this is the right time for you to start applying for Germany, to start researching for Germany, because otherwise it is going to be just too late. After 5 to 6 years, when the German workforce is again insufficient amount, they wouldn't be needing any kind of skilled workers again. And that is the reason to come to Germany, to start preparing for Germany right now before it gets too late. And like, all of these things are just based on facts, and I can understand many of you people might not have that grades, because we all suffer from the public education system in India, where like the teachers feel like if you're giving marks to the students, you are actually giving them out of your pocket, which doesn't really matter. In private universities, situation is still better. Like, you still get better marks. In public universities, the situation is extremely horrible. So I understand that many of you might have this problem that, you know, we have bad grades, we don't understand what we can do, how we can come to Germany, because most of the students who get admit are with 7.8 or above grade point in their bachelor's. Here's the secret to coming to Germany for bachelor's or for master's if you have low grades in your previous studies, and that is German taught programs. And here's the thing, most of the times nobody ever discussed about it, nobody actually talked about it, because they didn't want to give the secret away. And I think it was actually when I started telling people that, you know, I'm actually studying in a German taught program, and people actually started doing that. The first person who did, like who I know, was Akhil. He did it. He come for German taught program in TU Chemnitz, and he had around 70%, I think 74% or something grades, and he didn't face any kind of rejections. Whatever kind of German taught programs he applied to, he received an admit. The second one was Vishnu. He also applied for English taught programs. He got a lot of rejections, and then he applied for the German taught programs and he got acceptance. Then the third one was Neil. And these are just the students that I know of. There must be so many other students outside our Bharat in Germany network, and this culture has started developing. Earlier, like, you know, most of the times we don't want to do any kind of effort. We just want to come for the English taught programs, and then we want to go through the master's course, and then we want to complain afterwards that, you know, Germany is being tough on us and like we aren't able to find any kind of proper jobs. Nobody has the fault. The fault is your own. If you're coming to Germany, I've been telling it so many times, if anybody tells you anything other than you should learn German to get a job in Germany, they are just purely misleading you. Because I've seen these videos where people claim, I just got a job in Germany without any kind of German proficiency. Well, great, but that's just 1% of the entire jobs which are available in Germany. And do you want to take your chances on that 1%, or do you also want to expand your focus and also focus on the other 99%? And the main reason why there is so less competition in German taught programs is because Germans don't need to do their masters to get a job. They can also get jobs just after doing their bachelor's. So like, just the people who are really interested in masters, only they apply for their master's studies in Germany. And that too is most of the times only in German taught programs. Most of the seats in German taught programs are empty because, you know, students do not want to do their masters, because why should they waste 2 years more of their lives doing a degree, after which they will be earning just maybe 200 euros or something more per month. Like, it really depends from degree to degree, but like that's what the average is. And for any of you who doesn't have good grades, so from good grades I mean above 65%, it is better, or even like above 70%. It is better that you come for the German taught programs, and I'm going to tell you exactly how. So for German taught programs, you have to take care of two things. The first is your application deadline, and the second is your enrollment deadline. During the time of your application, you have to make sure that you have a B2 German Goethe certificate. Most of the universities accept it for application time, and then afterwards till the time of enrollment you have to give test staff with 4x4 points. That means in total 16 points out of 20, or you have to take another exam called Telk C1 Hochschule. Now it again depends from university to university what kind of German language proficiency exams they're accepting. So you just have to go to DAT and look at different universities and see what kind of language proficiencies they're asking for. And this is really simple. Like, it is just really simple thing. Every information is available on their website. You just have to start preparing for it a bit sooner. So these are the things, like you just have to be a bit more aware about these things so that you can come to Germany, you can start studying here, and you can just live the life that you would have actually never lived in India, to be honest. It doesn't matter how much money you earn, the peace of mind, living standard, the quality of life that you have in Germany, or like in that regard any of the developed countries, it's way better than in India, and it is always going to be way better than in India. It just comes down to the number of people. Like we have just too many people in India, and companies feel like, alright, if he's not ready to work, we'll find some other person. But that's not the same situation in Germany. Like if you are qualified, if you have the profile that the company needs, it doesn't matter what they have to do, they will try to get you, they will try to make some proper negotiation with you for any kind of offers that you have, and they would be more than happy to have you in their companies. And now here's also the benefit that the German taught programs have on like normal other English programs. The first one is, like if you do a German taught program, you get more connected to the German professors, your German colleagues, German batchmates and stuff, and you learn the culture, you learn how people think, you learn how people write, you learn how people approach different kind of job opportunities, internships and part-time jobs and so on. In international programs, you're just still hanging around with like other people who have no idea about Germany, like everybody's coming from different countries, and you still do not integrate yourself in Germany as much as you would when you're in a German taught program. Now again, it is going to be a bit difficult in the starting. The first semester is going to be a bit difficult because all of a sudden coming from English taught programs, which is your bachelor's or your 12th grade, to German taught programs, it is difficult. It is a bit difficult. The first semester takes a bit adjusting to, but the nice part is in Germany you don't need to have any kind of deadline. You don't need to complete your masters in 2 years. You can also take 3 years, you can take 4 years maximum, not more than 4 years, and the companies wouldn't care. The companies do not care as long as you have good grades. So like this is the really nice part that most of the people don't tell you, because like, and I think most of the times it's the consultants, they're like, you know, we will send you without IELTS to Germany, and the without IELTS part is the medium of instruction or German. There's no other without IELTS part that consultants brag about in their posters, in their shiny designed graphic posters whatsoever. So here's the thing, anybody who wants to come to Germany, anybody who isn't really happy with their lives in India and they want to move somewhere, I would definitely recommend you to come to Germany, and in German taught programs for that matter, if you don't have good profile. And it is very easy to get an admit in German taught programs. And also all of these 3 stories for Akhil, for Vishnu and for Neil, I'm going to link it down in the YouTube's description so that you can go and you can read them yourself, how real the situation is. And also because those posts are in Facebook group, you can also tag them and you can also ask them questions. But here's the thing, if you still do not get inspired by reading their stories, by reading their testimonials, then I don't really know what you can do about it. Like, the things aren't going to get better in India, and that I'm going to promise you, that I'm going to absolutely promise you. The work-life situation isn't going to get better, the reservation isn't going to get better, the mentality of having equal outcomes rather than equal opportunities isn't going to be better. The unemployment situation isn't on the Indian government's agenda, whereas in Germany just 3% of the people are unemployed, and everybody who wants to work in Germany, they can find work. So this was pretty much a message that I was really passionate about and really wanted to talk about since a long time, because I came for German taught programs, and that was after a lot of figuring out why people are saying that you need really good grades to come to German universities and stuff. Afterwards I found out, I tried to propagate this idea, and now others are following it. Akhil had done it, Vishnu has done it, Neil has done it. Read it, go through it, ask them questions, and there is absolutely no reason you shouldn't share this video with your other friends who want to come to Germany too, because to be honest, right now Germany is still not as popular as America, Canada, UK or Australia. So you still have a chance to come to Germany and establish your life here, especially when the rules aren't that strict right now. Because otherwise then it would be just too late, and who knows if the situation is still the same after 6 years. So well, that was pretty much it. I'm sorry if the video became a bit too long. I'm really passionate about this thing because I don't know, I don't see anything getting better in India, and I just want to encourage as many people as I can to come to Germany, and I want to guide them. You know, I have live sessions on Wednesday on YouTube and all of those things, and we have our Facebook group where we answer people's questions. So just come just connect with us, connect to our network, and see how we can help you in any kind of way that we can. Alright then guys, thanks for watching. Share this video, like this video, comment if you have any kind of questions, and I will be online for the next 1 hour after this video is up, so that any questions that come in the first 1 hour, I'll be like responding to them and like clearing your queries. And I'm not kidding, start taking action. If you watch this video, if you have a question, write to me. I'll be there, I'll be responding to you. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, have a great time. Until that video, just stay tuned with us. Bye.